Top 5 Tuesday, but first of all, slight interesting piece of news. I've had my proof through for my big circus tent patch for my spacesuit, so hopefully that'll arrive soon. And I'll have a completed spacesuit, and then I'll be able to use it. Isn't that exciting, everyone? But, yes, that's not the point of this video. Today, because it's Top 5 Tuesday, and because it's Christmas, we're going to do Top 5 Christmas movies. It's a pretty straightforward one, really, but now I've got to think of 5 Christmas movies. There's one that's springing to mind, and I'll probably put it at number 5. It's going to be... yeah, Jingle All the Way. It's crap. It's utter rubbish. It's one of Arnie's, kids' films. It's a film aimed at a generally younger audience. And it's kind of rubbish. But it's good rubbish, you know? It's nonsense. It doesn't try to be like this amazing top-tier film. It just tries to be this nonsense Christmas film, and it's a bit of fun. It's also got Phil. It's not. Is it Phil Hartman? No, it's not Phil Hartman. It's the other guy, whose name I can't remember. The guy who voices Lionel Hutz, he's in it. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't think it's Phil Hartman. But yes, he sounds just like Lionel Hutz. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's a funny and silly film. If you go into it with no expectations, then it's great. Jingle All the Way. Number 4. What Christmas films even are there? There's not a Wallace and Gromit Christmas film, is there? No. There was a Shaun the Sheep Christmas film, and that's going at number 3, because number 4 I'm going to put Robin Robin. I liked Robin Robin. It's an animation. It's a musical animation. I think it was only released a couple of years ago, and it stars a Robin, except the Robin lives with a family of mice and thinks she's a mouse. It's quite cute. It's one of those. Again, it's a kids' Christmas film, but I mean, what Christmas film isn't a kids' film, you know? Yeah, it's got some wonderful animation. The art style is fantastic, and the story's basic, but it doesn't matter because it's a fun and nice and quite heartwarming time. It's a cosy sort of film. It's the sort of film that you can watch if you don't really know what you're in the mood for, but you need something to pick you up. Robin Robin, I like that one, and it's got some nice songs in it. Number 3, I'm going to go for the Shaun the Sheep one because I think Shaun the Sheep is fantastic. I am an unapologetic Shaun the Sheep fan. One of my favourite films is Farmageddon, so, you know, naturally I'm going to enjoy the Christmas film. I think it's only, quite short. I think it's less than an hour, in fact, but, you know, it counts, and it's a slapstick Christmas-related comedy with... you know, one of the things I really like about Shaun the Sheep is that there's no dialogue. No, not really. You've got a lot of grunts and bleats and things, but for the most part there isn't any dialogue, and I think it works really well because it means that the animation is kind of at the forefront then, and it tells the story through visuals, and because Aardman are excellent, and because Shaun the Sheep is excellent, naturally it's going to be number 3. Number 2, I'll probably say Muppets Christmas Carol. Anybody who has seen Muppets Christmas Carol will probably understand why I'm putting Muppets Christmas Carol at number 2. It's another one where it's just so... It's you can put it on and you can have a nice time with it, and I think that's an important part. I think important part of Christmas films in general. There's a level of nostalgia to it, of course. But, I don't know, the Christmas season, it seems quite heavily based on things like nostalgia and comfort and coziness, and Muppets Christmas Carol is all of those things, and it's got some fun songs in it, and it's also the Muppets, so naturally, it's going to be really funny. Side note, I think naturally has become my word for the moment. But that's by the by. Number one, of course. It can only be Klaus. if anybody hasn't seen Klaus, it's on Netflix, and I don't know if it's been released physically, but if it has, then I should get hold of a copy, because it is not only just a fantastic Christmas film, the best Christmas film, for my money, but it's also a fantastic film in general, because of the animation. I'm a sucker for good animation, can you tell? And Klaus, it's a great story about how Christmas got started. Sort of an alternate retelling of it. It's not exactly in line with the classic Christmas story, you know, but it's a good retelling of it, and a good sort of jigging of it. I like it a lot. I like the setting. The humour is fantastic. It's got this sort of weirdly dark humour about it as well. The characters, the designs are spot on. And the animation. The animation reminds me of The Iron Giant, which is one of the most wonderful animated films ever made, and it's got that sort of feel to it. It also, I think it's all hand animated, but it makes some really good use of, quite a subtle use of CGI. I think, again, most of the effects are handmade. There is a making of video on YouTube you can find. It's really, really good. And they make subtle use of certain CGI elements to just bring it out a bit more, you know? And it's such a rich experience. I think that's the best way of putting it. It's rich, and if you haven't seen it, then you are in for a wonderful treat. Anyway, that's my 5 Christmas films. For once we've had a top 5 that's not gone over time. Incredible, isn't it? Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and go and enjoy some films. See you all tomorrow. Number two then, I don't know, probably Miracle on 34th Street, just because, again, that's springing to mind. What can I say about these stinking Christmas films other than it's heartwarming, it's nice, it's something that you can put on and enjoy, it's fun. Miracle on 34th Street is like the ultimate in heartwarming Christmas films. It's a film about Santa and he has to defend himself in court. That's kind of all I remember about it. I don't really remember what else happens. Just kind of Christmas film stuff. Santa's wandering around and he's sort of incognito, and there's Matilda's in it. Or the girl who plays Matilda. Yeah, I don't know. The reason that I'm putting it at number 2 is because, again, it's one that I can just stick on and watch and probably get some enjoyment out of. It's nice. It reminds me of Christmas. I've just thought of a better number 2. Okay. Maybe I'll cut this out and put it at the end. How about that?